nursing students, for joining us on the virtual tour about the life of the First Lady of Nursing. I am Jaslyn Reyes, your virtual tour guide. But before we go inside the museum, let's talk to the curator, Mr. Giancarlo, to ask some questions on who is the 20th century Florence Nightingale.
Thank you so much for having me on your virtual tour, Miss Jaslyn. Hello, everyone. The First Lady of Nursing, Nightingale of Modern Nursing, Mother of Modern Day Nursing, or also known as the 20th century Florence Nightingale, is none other than Virginia Henderson. To know more about her, let us all get inside. Virginia Avenel Henderson was born November 30, 1897 and passed away March 19, 1996. She is a known nurse, theorist, and an author. She received her early education at home in Virginia and her diploma in nursing from the Army School of Nursing at Walter Reed Hospital, Washington, D.C. in 1921. She also worked at the Henry Street Visiting Nurse for 2 years after graduation. From 1924 to 1929, she worked as an instructor and educational director in Norfolk Protestant Hospital, Virginia. In 1929 to 1932, she studied in Teachers College at Columbia University for her bachelor's degree and took her master's degree in 1934. After her studies and the 14 years of her career, she worked as an instructor and associate professor at Teachers College, Columbia University in New York.
Wow! Henderson was truly an amazing person because of the education she obtained in life and the teaching she shared to her students.
Why, yes, not just her students, but she had also influenced a lot because of her books and theory. In 1939, she revised Hammer's classic textbook of nursing for its 4th edition, and later she wrote the 5th edition incorporating her personal definition of nursing. And in the same year, she also published Principle and Practices of Nursing, a widely used text, her Basic Principle of Nursing, published in 1966 and revised in 1972. Her most formidable work is the Nursing Research, Survey and Assessment, written with Leo Simons and published in 1964, and her 4-volume Nursing Study Index completed in 1972. She was also given honorary doctoral degrees from the Catholic University of America, Pace University, University of Rochester, University of Western Ontario, Yale University, and many more, totaling to 13 universities. And lastly, at 1985, she is honored at the annual meeting of the Nursing and Allied Health section of the Medical Library Association. And to know more about Virginia Henderson, you will all need to go to the 2nd floor of our museum, and as you come into the door, you will be greeted by our researcher, Miss Kimberly.
Now, join me in seeing the researcher, Miss Kimberly, to know more about Virginia Henderson. Hello, Miss Kimberly. My name is Jazin, and we are from the virtual tour to learn more about the Nightingale of Modern Nursing.
Welcome, Miss Jocelyn, and welcome everyone. Thank you for visiting the Museum of Virginia Henderson. I know all of you already heard a brief history regarding Virginia Henderson. So, here on the 2nd floor, I am going to show you her well-known contributions to nursing. And that is the need theory. It emphasized the importance of increasing the patient's independence and focusing on basic human needs in order to avoid post-hospitalization delays. This theory explains the nursing's unique function is to assist the individual, sick or well, in the performance of those activities contributing to health or its recovery, that he would perform unaided if he had the necessary strength, will, or knowledge. In the theory, it explains the three levels of nurse-patient relationship in which the nurses acts as first, the substitute for the patient, second, the helper to the patient, and lastly, a partner with the patient. There are 14 components of the need theory, which can be divided into four parts. The first part are the psychological components. Having the number one, breathe normally, eat and drink adequately. Next is to eliminate body waste. Fourth is to move and maintain desirable postures. Fifth is to sleep and rest. Next is to select suitable clothes, both dress and undress. Seventh is to maintain body temperature within normal range by adjusting clothing and modifying the environment. Next is to keep the body clean and well groomed and protect the integument. And lastly, avoid dangers in the environment and avoid injuring others. The next part or the second part are the psychological aspects of communicating and learning, which compose of the number 10, communicate with others in expressing emotions, needs, fear, or opinions. Next is to learn, discover, or satisfy the curiosity that leads to normal development and health, and use the available health facilities. And then for the third part is about spiritual and moral, which compose of worshiping according to one's faith. And lastly, the fourth part is about sociologically oriented to occupation and recreation, composing of work in such a way that there is a sense of accomplishment. And next is to play or participate in various forms of recreations. To know more about the assumptions of theory and nursing paradigm, go to the third floor to meet our senior researcher, Miss Ailey.
Thank you, Miss Kimberly, for sharing to us the 14 components of the need theory.